Zebra Swallowtail disappeared from Pittsburgh approximately 100 years ago. And this video is one of a series in which I explore how I intend to restore it by increasing the number of pawpaws in our area. I'm showing this video of a Zebra Swallowtail so that you can understand that that is my priority. Thank you. Enjoy the show. I'm going to talk about Sawmill Run right now. I consider it to be quite important to the Zebra Swallowtail because it is likely the lost spot where the Zebra Swallowtail was documented within Pittsburgh, but it wasn't part of Pittsburgh at the time. Seldom Seen is a part of it that's becoming largely restored. They've taken out, I don't know how many tires, hundreds of tires, possibly thousands from that area. But here we are looking at the headwaters of Seldom Seen. It starts at the Oregon Trail and goes down there. And I'm trying to make this video 10 minutes or less. I'm not sure if I'm going to succeed. Okay, and over there is where Andy Warhol's buried, St. John Byzantine Cemetery. But anyway, I'm just following it along. It parallels the railroad track. I guess that's like the Wabash or something owned by an evil guy named Gould or something like that. I don't know. I catch little bits of information about these places, but I don't retain it all, which is dangerous, especially if I say something and I try to cite it and I can't remember what my source is because I read about it here or there. But anyway, I'm just following along, and you can see it actually looks like a creek there, as opposed to at the beginning where it just looked like something in the middle of some trees. Lots of car stuff going on, lots of activity. I imagine that the sawmill was diverted quite a bit. There's some locations where it was actually used as a water-powered sawmill. And there's another place where there's a flour mill, which came to my attention. It's just a lot of crazy stuff here, very developed, but there used to be pawpaws on here because there used to be Zebra Swallowtails. But as you can see, it's paralleling 88 Library Road, going down there, and then, okay, I think this is it. Okay, this is where there was a flour mill, and I'm going to zoom in eventually. First I'm going to kind of show you what happened historically. You can kind of see, okay, this is argus.com Pittsburgh Historic Maps, which shows some activity that happened there. Fairhaven Flour Mill is what it was called. It's kind of unclear. They layer a bunch of maps, but I'm kind of showing, well, not entirely accurately where the water turns orange. Actually, if you look at it, I'm a little bit off. But see that? So I thought, oh, was there a coal mine there? Not necessarily, but there's like a gas office there, so maybe some kind of activity in that regard had something to do with it. But it's pretty much where the flour mill was. And we're going to reach the spot where Oak Station, which was a coal mine, where the Zebra Swallowtail was documented before Oak Station was part of Pittsburgh. It became part of Pittsburgh in, I think, the 20s. I probably should look that up and give that information. Anyway, here we are coming upon Oak Station. Yeah, I'm going to just kind of overlap the thing and zoom in so you can see where Oak Station was. It was here that a Zebra Swallowtail was documented. It's close to, yeah, see that? Okay. And now we're going to go back to the video and follow it down. And, yeah, this is just a screen cap of me diddling around, just looking to see what seems like potential areas that would be nice to restore with pawpaws and other plants. And you can kind of see the water looks a little messed up here. But anyway, this is a relatively short waterway. And it doesn't go all the way to where the Zebra Swallowtails still exist. Oh yeah, it's red, white, and blue. So I'm kind of zooming in again. We're getting close to the river because it goes into the Ohio. There's Liberty Tubes. As you can see, it goes under that. It gets a little bigger. And a little bit below here, where it meets with 22 or 376, is where Little Sawmill Run used to be, but it seems to have been driven underground or just forgotten. It's kind of hard to say, but pretty soon we're going to be seeing Seldom Seen, which is a wilder space, which is getting better, especially as they've removed a lot of the litter there. And presumably they're going to be planting pawpaws there. I don't know if they have yet. They've planted a lot of native plants. But yes, that's Seldom Seen there, pretty much. A lovely little park. Actually really cute. Sawmill Run in the spring can run strong enough that, well, children have drowned in it. I thought about boating in it, but that would be pretty hairy. Anyway, there's, okay, where Little Sawmill Run used to be, where, you know, the Fort Pitt tunnels. Now we're just about on the river, and, okay, oh yeah, another building that goes over it, very interesting. So we're just about at the river, and there it is. Okay, I'm kind of zooming out. Maybe I'll show, okay, there it is coming out of a tunnel. The West End Bridge is right there, and there's the point. And from the point, I just want to go back to Seldom Seen, just to show you what a roaring waterway it can be when it gets good rain. And this is Seldom Seen Greenway, which used to be its own borough as well. And this was a rainy January day, a little gloomy, but oh my, what a beautiful place, despite it being largely industrial and so on. This is the entrance to it. I highly recommend visiting it. Once you get past there, you're on the run, Sawmill Run, and there's just a lot going on. It's being cleaned up. Anyway, the next thing I want to talk about after Seldom Seen is how I like to trace the waterways through kind of more of a topo map and kind of see the tributaries that come up. I did find some names for these on old maps, but I don't think it's all that important. But, you know, it's like I spend hours poring over these before I even go out and look at them. And I'm just kind of curious as to, like, how many waterways still exist, if they have a name. Sometimes I can find out their old name, and if I look at different sources, I can find different maps. But this is basically a lot of the process that I do for every place that I explore. I look at the waterways that they're associated with, because pawpaws are riparian, and thus Zebra Swallowtails are riparian. And so I think I'm going to end it right here. So I hope you learned something and that you find this interesting, and maybe you want to help me out. All right, thanks. Bye.